Hey y'all, hey. So in this video, I'm going to show y'all how I made this shoe. This is a box, a shoe, literally a dad shoe box with the word dad on it. So let's go and get into it.
A journey through time.
Hey y'all, I'm your girl Wendy. Welcome to A Journey Through Time. If you're oldie but goodie, welcome back. And if you're new, welcome. So I have a custom shoe that I made today. Um, it has the laces and all. And I figured I would make something like this here for dad, for the ladies or whoever trying to find some type of unique gift box for dad. So I decided I'd make this shoe, or I don't know if you would call it a sneaker or what, but that's what I did. Um, I'm trying to decide if I want to make this, if I want to put this on the website as a pre-order, um, where you guys can go ahead on and start placing your order for it, or if I'm going to even put it on the site at all, because it was a lot. Okay, so let's kind of get into it. All right, y'all, please look over my desk. So first thing first, of course, you got to go and get you whatever size shoe you want to use. Okay, you can go around in the house and find a shoe and trace somebody's shoe, just to get the sketch out for the foot part of it. Now, this is not an actual shoe. This is not a actual style of a shoe. Let me show you something. This is the actual style of a shoe right here. You see the curve in it, and then you have this little. This is an actual shoe size. Actually, my son's. But if you look at that and you look at this is slightly different, right? And that's because I don't want the shoe box to have that curve in it. It kind of makes it a little odd, so I had to come up with my own. So what I did was, if you look, I kept the roundness down here, right? I put a little dip in the side and just made the same moon. So if you do a shoe like this here, like you grab one from somewhere in the house and you trace it like this here, you just got to clean it up a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Because that's all I did. I came in and pulled it in a little, but you really got to just be a little creative, and that's about all I can tell you as far as the foot part of this. But that's what I did to get that shape. All right, so now let's talk about the back of the shoe. So the back of the shoe, all shoes have that little arch. Turn it around so you can see this one. Has that little arch in the back, right here and here. The little dip, kind of like a wave, like you at the beach, the water. So that's what this is. Now, this is a 17.5 in width, if you're wondering. And from the top of this to the bottom of this is 5 inches high. Okay, it's 5 inches high. So if you're trying to figure out how high to go on the sides, you would start right here, which would be 2 inches. Then it moves up to 3. Right here, it moves up to 4. Right here, it moves up to 4.5. Drop straight down right here. And then right here, you're going to get your whole 5. All right. And then you're going to do the same thing on the other side. So if you manage to get one side done, then you could always go back to the other side and cut it out. I've always showed you guys this. You could just take it, get to the center of wherever your design is. This would be the center of mine, right? You see where I'm at? This is the dead center of the 5. Fold it. Of course, I'm not going to go by this because I already got mine, but you see how I fold it? And now you can trace over the rest of it to have the other side that you need, okay? That's the easiest way, so both of your sides will be equal. Again, I'm considering putting this on the website. Let's have a pre-order for you guys. Not 100% sure yet. I'm really not. Okay. Okay, so Once you got this, just like this here, you're gonna need more than one. Okay, I'm gonna have to cut you out. I don't even think this one's gonna fit. See, some of mine are not the same size. This one is. Okay, I might have to cut it down a little bit. So you need at least 3 of these for your shoe. Okay, I got 2 right now. I don't see my third one, so I must not have cut one. Anyway, but that's how many you're gonna need. Okay, right here. I'm gonna go ahead on and trace this because I need 3 of these. As soon as I find my pen. Okay. So I'm just going to trace this around this. Okay. Then I'm going to cut it out. All the way around. Okay. Have another one. So now we have 3. I like to bump them up like this here to make sure I have 3. And I do. And they're all close to being the same. And if they're not, just clean it up until they are. That's all. That very last one up under there, mine, it's kind of sticking out a little bit. I'm trying to take that piece off so they all could be one. Okay. So besides the 3, the heel of this, you need to make you some heels. Okay. So how you make this is just copy it from this. So find another piece of cardboard to show you because we need more than just that one. I think I got another one over here, but don't know quite where that's at right now. Okay, I use this. All right. How I got this? This is pretty much half of this shoe right here. Well, not half, but half of the heel. And I just stopped it right there. Right where the curve starts is where you would start it at. Where you would stop it at. I'm sorry. So I'm going to trace this as well. And the reason I haven't told you the measurements of the shoe because you're picking your own shoe for this. Okay. Whatever shoe you have on hand, you're using that one. So my measurements wouldn't really do you any good as far as, what size shoe you're making. Because the size starts to change once you start adding all the stuff to it. And plus, it's a box. You know what I'm saying? It's just a box to put some beautiful gifts in. It's just a unique box. Okay, we got 2 of them. I'm going to take the tape off of it. I'm going to trace it again. Just like that. Okay. All we need. Don't need any more of those. Okay. So now let's start working on our shoe. Okay. So we have this right here. And what I like to do is go ahead on and put insert my black piece on the inside of how I want it to be inside the shoe. Let me make sure I got it on the right side, and I do. Okay. I'm gonna get the glue gun. Okay, so I'm gonna stick it on there like that. Make sure it's on there real good. Just like that. Okay. Now, the headache part. I always call this the headache part because anytime you're trying to put something on this thing in a awkward shape, is always the headache part to me. So you just bend this in the opposite direction that you're gonna go. I'm gonna take this and put it just like this and hold it so you can see. And see what I just did? I'm just holding it. That's all I did. Nothing special here. Okay. Now, I'm thinking I want to go ahead on and add my bottoms. That's what I'm thinking. Yeah. I'm going to add the bottoms to this first before I put that on so I don't have to do it later. Okay. So, go ahead and add your bottoms on if you're doing this project yourself. And again, make sure that everything is going in the same direction because sometimes it can throw you off if it's not. And see, I still feel like I didn't put that in good. So it's fine because I can clean it up now. And if I waited to do this, I wouldn't have been able to do that. So happy about that. Okay. All right. We got them all stacked up all nice and neat. Now, because of me going around this shoe with different stuff, I want to make sure because the top one is not really sticking out enough. So I'm going to have to cut it down where all of them are the same. And it's okay if you have to do that. Because believe me, you want them all to be the same. Whenever you get ready to go around this shoe. You don't want no hiccups or problems. So it looks like everything is good. Okay. So before I put this on, I'm going to get the scissors and go around the black part of this. Again, you don't want any hangover when you're trying to add your pieces on. You don't want anything in your way, really, that causes it to stick out or whatever the case may be. You don't want that problem. You don't want that issue. So nip it in the bud early. So hopefully you don't have that issue. And sometimes we still go through it. Okay. So I got all that out. Turn the shoe around. And now you want this little thingy mabob right here. This to be in the center of the shoe. What I like to do is put the glue on here, the bottom of this thing. Try my best, because that's all you can do, to glue it on there. And at the same time, move over here so you can see me. And at the same time, look and see if it's level up here in the front. Because sometimes it won't be. Okay? And looking at it from here, it looks like it's a little off. So I'm going to move over this way a little bit. Now with the other shoe, it was off the same way And what I did was I just cut it down some, and I'll show you how to do that as well. Because it can be off when you get ready to apply it. This, like I said, this is the most headache part. One of the parts is headache, but it's worth it once you finally get it on there. So once you do that, once you find your spot, just hold it down like I'm doing right now. Just hold it on down. And I'm realizing that I'm using, well, you know what? I'm going to keep it like that. Yeah, just hold it down. So I might end up having to add another layer of a shoe here because I put 3 on and I meant to put 2. And I'm going to show you why later. So just go in and apply your glue and hold it down. Gotta hold it for a minute too until it sticks for you. And we're gonna do this all the way around till we run out of the cardboard, okay? Don't worry if it's too long. Look at mine. If you look, you'll see mine is way too long on one side than it is on the other. It's the hardest thing in the world to do sometimes, but the best way to deal with that is just cut it off when you get up there. So once you got it on real good, mine is not because it's still moving. I'm just trying to add more glue to it so I can go further down. I realized that. Okay, so before I just realized that this one's already longer than this one, so I really don't want that to be glued down. So I'm gonna have to stop that. Okay, so in order for me to figure out exactly where this one stops, what I do is I just take a piece of something that I have and bump it over here on this side, and it'll kind of give me a little direction on where this is. Okay, it might not be exactly accurate, but it's close enough. So then we just pop that one off, and now we continue. And I lifted it, so I'm going to reapply some glue here. Okay. Okay. This is what you should have, just like this. You got anything open up like that, go back and seal it. That's because I moved too fast and didn't keep it closed. You see how I'm still holding this while I'm talking to you guys, but I wasn't holding this part. So I have to go back and squish that in. Okay, I think I got it. I'm gonna keep holding it though. Okay, so now we're gonna run this around the side of it like this here. This one might not be long enough. You see how I was doing that? But this one's not long enough, okay? So can I let this go? Let me see. No, not really. Okay. Trying to see if I see any others on here that's long enough. Nope. Okay, it looks like it's holding. I'm not sure if it's gonna stay yet, but we're gonna move it over to the side for a sec. Okay, so we're gonna cut us a strip, right? Another strip of cardboard. So in this case, I'm not gonna really. I'm trying to figure out exactly how long I want this and how wide this should be. It's supposed to be at least 1 inch. It might be a little bit bigger than that. I know I don't have to go this far down. Okay. But I'm just, being extra with this because regardless, it can be used. Like, girl, why you didn't just go and put the ruler back up here? Okay. Just use what's left for another shoe. Okay, so as I was saying, yeah, it's coming up loose. As I was saying, you would take this here and bump it up here. And y'all see I didn't pick no I didn't measure it to see what size it was. I just did a 1 inch in the and then decided to go all the way down the cardboard until I can't use it anymore. So get you some glue and go in and start your adding this piece right here in the front. Just like that. Oops. And try not to be like me and wobble all over the place. Put it on the side so you can connect these two. Okay. Just like that. And hold it. Oh my goodness, the power's going out, y'all. Y'all see that? We're having a bad storm. Very bad storm. And I'm in here trying to show y'all how to do a shoe. Make a shoe. I'm gonna keep it moving until the lights go out, then we have to stop, right? Okay, so keep going all the way around. This is not a fast tutorial at all. And come over here and do the same till we get to the end. Like that. cut off the extra that you don't need. Right here, I'm gonna cut it so I can move it out the way for right now. Okay. This is way too much over here, so I'm gonna have to cut it down some more. Now see what I did there? A little peek off right here. There we go. Boom. Okay. So this is what you got. So now before you do anything else, I'm gonna insert the pieces in here, your decoration, how you gonna make it, how you gonna make it look. I'm gonna do this the opposite way. Since this here was on the outside, I think I'm gonna let it be on the inside for this particular one. Let's see. Yes, okay. We're gonna do the inside first. And we're gonna stick this in here. We already know this is too high up because we have the bottom in there. So I'm gonna cut some of this off. Just a little bit. I'm eyeing it because I don't know exactly how much I should cut off. Stick it in there. Now see that? And so what we're going to do now is we're going to glue that inside of this. Okay? Lift it up. I'm going to start right here. Where that up here. First. Stick that in there. Just like that. Push down. Just like that. Okay? And I'm going to go all the way around. Okay? Well, not all the way around. You know what I mean. Where it's necessary. All of this part anyway. So we got it completely covered. Come on this side. Do the same. Okay. Just like that. Okay, and push it down if you need to, if it's not at the end. Well, it's not at the end. There we go. Just like that, y'all. That's what you should have. Then go in and cut off your extra. Okay, that you're not using, that's showing, that's hanging over. Cut all that out. We're doing the same thing. We're wrapping it around just like this, okay? Make sure you line it up with the other one. Oops. I'll do it this way. Okay. So I'm going to take first and do it here. This is the part that we want to lay down first. Pump it up where it needs to be and press it down. Okay? Again, don't worry about hangover because we cut that off, right? because I put 3 on here instead of putting 2, I need to put one more shoe on here. One more bottom on here before I put my little heels on it. Okay. So I got to find another piece of cardboard. Okay. So I need one more bottom. And I don't have, let's see. It's going the same direction. This is the direction I need. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to trace over this instead. As I realized I put way too many on there. I don't think this pen is writing. Okay, yes it is. Okay, so I'm going to cut out another piece. Okay, so initially I have 3 on there, but you only need 2, y'all. You don't need 3. Okay, you're going to put the third one on now, but mine's going to have, this particular one's going to have 4 because I messed around and put 3 already. But if you choose to do this yourself instead of getting it from me, make sure you cut throughout 3 of these, put 2 on it first, then go back and put the last one on. Okay. So I would put it here like this, alongside. Okay. The piece you see me just cut off, I would put it on here just like this. Yep. Okay. Which, okay, there you go. So just get you some glue. Just like that. All right. Now, let's go on and put these on. Okay. So I told you you need at least 3 of these heels. Everything's sticking to this glue gun, man. Okay. Got 3, right? Hold on, y'all. Let me get some of these off. They're in my way and they get to my stuff. Okay. So now, oops, I'm going to take this and glue it onto the back of this, just like that. Okay. So get some more glue. All right. And stick it on the back for your heel. All right. So you should have a heel on your shoe. A little bit of a heel. Don't have to be a lot. Press it down real good. Okay, it's down. Okay. We're getting somewhere. All right, got another piece of cardboard. So what I really need to do is just measure this part of it first, right? So I'm going to put the whole shoe on it. I didn't try this with the last one, but I'm going to do it with this one. I just want to see if it would work. And I'm just going to trace all the way to where this stops at on both sides. Okay. All right. So I have the round part of it, right? Where this stops at both sides need to go a little dash in, a dash in here. Don't know really how much of a dash, but I'm going inward a little bit, okay? On both sides. Now, before I even do the rest of that, I'm going to go ahead on and cut this piece out, the front part of this out. And I'm going to show you in a minute why I'm doing that. Okay, am I going too far out? Okay. Now, y'all see this? And you see that little turn I just made in it? Hold on, bend it down a bit. There we go. Now, so I won't gonna cut it no more. Gonna do it right there. This is the reason why I do that. Okay, so I want to take it and see if it would even work for what I need it to work for. It looks like it will, so we're gonna go with that. And if it doesn't, we're just gonna have to do it again. So now, after that, I'm gonna make that weird looking circle thing again. The same way. You can use the bottom of the shoe. Your other one that you traced out. If you still have a bunch of these, just go on and use the bottom of it, because all you're doing is really just at this point is making the tongue of the shoe. So mine's definitely gonna be a little off, but it's fixable. See? So I'm gonna go around the rest of this. Okay. Just like that. That's almost like a little shoe, kinda. Okay, anyway. And then you're gonna bend it just like this. Okay. You want it to fold in a little bit. You don't want it to be so stiff. So you need it to be as flexible as you can get it. All right. And then you come over here and try to size it up again. And so what we're trying to do is this right here. You see how we just did that? Just like that. Okay. And we're going to end up gluing this down on here just like this. Okay. So look at it wanting to stay now. So first, I'm going to turn this shoe around so I can see. I'm trying to do the opposite. Okay, so I'm going to use this here. I don't think it's long enough. Let's see. So you see how this ain't really long enough for me? It's almost there. Let me see if I can stretch it slightly. Not too much, because then it loses it width that you need. But I don't, there we go. Don't have to cut it if I stretch it enough. So before I put that on, I'm gonna glue this on. Okay. See, now it's not enough again. So now I'm gonna pull it and make it enough. That's what I mean by stretch it a little bit. And now it's enough. And then just press on it. So it will stick for you. Okay. Got that on. Let me see what that is. It's giving it a wobble. There's a slight wobble. So I can fix it. Oh, never mind. Must have been something on the table. Okay. So for this, we're gonna go ahead on and put the coloring on it first. So this one's gonna be that light beige. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna take it and trace it. So we're trying to dress it up as we go, you know. Now what I'm thinking about I should do this time than what I didn't do the last time. Hold on. Just staple out. So this is big enough. Okay, so let me turn it this way. Yeah, this way. No, it's not big enough. Dang it. Okay. So not gonna work what I want it to do. So I'm gonna bump it somewhere up in the corner somewhere. And then I'm gonna trace around it. All right. Cut it out. Okay. Just like that. I need two of them though. So I'm gonna turn this diagonally so I can use this again. Now we're gonna go ahead on and glue it onto this. Okay. Alright, so clean the glue off and cut around it. Make sure that you get all the extra off. That's all you're doing, like we do everything else. Okay. We see a lot on that side. Flip it over. Then you pick which side you want to use for the shoe. All right. Stick it in here. Get that fold going again. And sometimes it just don't be wanting to behave. And I say to squeeze it like this, right? And glue it just like that. Bring it up a little bit. Glue it down just like that until it glues, until it sticks. Trying to make sure it got it right. It looks like it, but it don't look like it. Then I'm seeing unnecessary parts sticking out. Okay. So I'm gonna get a glue stick. And I'm gonna glue right here on this edge of the shoe. Fold, bend, fold, bend, fold, bend. And I'm gonna stick it in here just like this at the top of the shoe, kind of like that. Burn myself a little bit along the way. Okay. know that's not all the way in yet, but I want to go ahead on and glue these in on both sides. So maybe when it does do it right, I must be tired. Maybe when it do it right, maybe it will stick right. Mm-mm-mm. And these little cracks and stuff, you're gonna put trim on it, so don't worry about that too much, okay? I think I'm just gonna let it lay just like that until it dries, because don't want to move it too much. Okay. And then once it dries, I'm gonna bring it right on back up. So let's flip it over for a moment. I need to get the black, and I'm not gonna go with on this. So first things first, I like to go around the heel first. Is this enough for the heel? Nope. So there's a cardboard I just had off right here. I already knew it was gonna come in handy, right? So I'm gonna measure it, just eyeballing it, put my finger here. Okay, I know that this is where it stops at with the heel. So I just put that there, pin, so I can cut it. Move this piece out of the way. Now, this heel is not but so high. Okay, so we're just gonna, I'm gonna eyeball it and go maybe like here. Hopefully this is it. Well, most of the stuff, a lot of this stuff, I like to just bump it up against it. I don't even do all those measurements on a lot of the stuff. Everybody have their own way of doing things. That's mine. And it works for me, you know? Okay, see what I'm doing now? I'm going around it just like this. And look, can y'all see that? It fit perfectly. Okay. So, I'm going to go ahead on and add some glue to this. Probably shouldn't have did that all the way around, but too late now. Okay. I'll bump it up there. Go around the other side and hold it. Okay, y'all. So, I got that on, right? I don't really have much of nothing to run over here like I'm accustomed to. But what I'm going to do, because I need to run some here too, around the bottom. I'm going to take the same piece that we just had. It is so thin there, so I'm going to make it as thin as possible to try to run it around this shoe. And when I say thin, I mean real thin. I'm going to show you. I'm not measuring it. I'm just using this as a guide. Okay. Take this off. See how thin that is? That's what I'm going to use. And we're going to take that and we're going to bump it up here. We'll turn so you can see. We're going to bump it up here and we're going to put it up under the shoe the best we can. All right. And if I move this, cut some of this extra that I'm looking at right here, that will help me a lot. Okay. I'm going to take this piece that I have right here. I'm going to start right here. and go around. Okay. Got that on. So let's see what we're doing over here. Okay, so we're working over here now. Everything is feels like it's glued in real good. So we're gonna go on and get some black trim, because we're gonna take that trim around the front of the shoe. Okay. Not one of these strips. Gotta be fine. Not going that far out. Okay. I'm gonna stretch it a little bit because I want it to be a little thin. I don't want it to be too big. I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna stretch it out some more. It's a little bit too thick. And stretching it out thins it out. See? Stretch it out too much and it's gonna break. Okay, so this end is just too fat. I'll cut that down. And we're gonna take this black and go around it, around the front of this shoe. Trying to see if I got. Okay. See, I already broke some of it, but it's still so thick. Okay. And I want it to go around the shoe just like this, all the way around. But y'all, I'm not happy with how thick it is. So I gotta cut it a little more. I want it to be thin like trim, not wallpaper. All right. Try it again. Yeah, that's a whole lot better. So I'm gonna sit here and add glue right here. Stick it on and hold and keep going until you get around the entire front of your shoe. And this moved on me. I do not know what this thing is moving on me tonight, but it really is. There we go. That's one thing you got to watch with this. It will shift and move. Okay. Going all the way to that corner. Like that. And cut it off. Okay. Just like that. All right. I'll pull this up a little bit. I'll see what I'm doing. Just pulling it up just a little bit where I can make it stand up a little bit. All right. Now for this shoe, this looks a little bit like it's off again. Okay, maybe not. Okay, for this part right here, if this is too much, you could also cut the tongue down a little bit. If it gets in the way of your gift. I'm gonna go in and cut it down. But what I'm doing is just going around it. See? I'm gonna cut it down some. Okay. So now, all right. Now we gotta put a bottom on and some trim on and some buckles on. We gotta do a lot still. So this is how I made the little things for my laces. Just a little oval shape. Um, and you just decide exactly where you want it to be. Some people put theirs on the outside. I prefer mine on the inside, kind of like this, like I did the other one. So I need to trim out, cut out another one just like this. Because I only got one on the table right now. So I'm just going to trace around this and cut it out. I did not know. Oh, I see it. I'm going to cut with scissors. Since I got them in my hand. Just like that. Okay. Now this one don't even have the rounded circle like the other one. And the other one seems to be a little bit too long. So I'm going to go over it, shape it up just a little bit. Okay. Just like that. Then take a hole puncher, punch you some holes in it. I'll go up a little bit with this one. 1, 2, 3, 4. Went up too high with that one. It'll be okay though. Oh, never mind. No, I didn't. It looked like it though. So then I just take my pen and go inside the circle a little bit. So open it up. Do the same thing on the other one. I just lay the other one on top of it and try to put some kind of pin mark on it. And that did not work because the dots are still in here. Okay. Now, put that on top of the other one. Make some holes, some dots. Kind of like that if you can see them. And punch holes in those spots. All right. And repeat. Pop your holes out so you'll be able to use them. Just like that, okay? Then you pick your colors. So I just do one side brown and the other side cream on both. You just take it and trace it out. Okay, just like that. Okay. The other one, do the same exact thing. Just trace it out. Okay. Now, like I said, I do both colors. So I'll take this here and do the exact same thing. Put it on it, lay it down, and trace around it. Okay. That's one. Or this one, right? Yeah. All right. Do the other one. Go around it. And cut it out. Like that. Okay. So now we're gonna go ahead on and get this prepped up and ready to go. So you put some glue on it. Put your first color on. Hope I grabbed the right one. I think I did though. Just like that. Take a pin or something just and make those holes come through because you're gonna be using those for your shoestrings. Okay. Put this one on the other side. Like that. Make an ice cream sandwich. Do it again. Stick your holes through. Making sure you can get to the other side. You can go on both sides and do this if you want. Just like that. Let's do the other one the same way. Put it on the top. Okay, now we're going to put the other one on it. Like that. Lay that on top. Push down. Go back through again. Make sure those holes are in there. Okay. Just like that. Now, we're going to go ahead on and clean up around these real quick and put the trim on them. Okay? Like we did the whole shoe. Just cleaning up around it, trying to get all of anything that's extra that's hanging up there any kind of way. Okay, just like that. Same thing with this one. Come over here. Now, let's put up some black trim on this. Way too big. And all I'm doing is going to go around this here just like this, y'all. All the way around. Okay? All right, so we got those two things. We need to go and finish this bottom, honestly, and get it over with. I've been procrastinating on it, but I'm going to do it. I'm going to use up all my little scraggly pieces before I start another new piece. I think this will be good enough right here for the bottom of the shoe. The heel part of it, I'm guesstimating it. Okay, so pull it. That will thin it out a little bit for you. And what I'm doing is I'm going right here at the edge and going around this heel with the black. So now we need to cover the bottom. And the best way to do that is to trace it. Okay. Just put your shoe on there, just like this, and just trace around it. Okay. Once you did that, cut it out. got our bottom on. Therefore, we don't have to worry about the bottom no more. I'm gonna move some stuff out the way. Okay, y'all. So now, those two things that we just had, these, I gotta put them on. So this shoe has the light color coming out, and that's only because this color here is the opposite. So we're gonna flip it around and have ours like this on this shoe. And what I do is I raise it up just enough where you can see the holes, okay? Just like that. What I'm doing, besides catching on everything, is adding glue to the bottom of this. Then I'm gonna take it and bump it up against here, just like that, and hold it. And what I'm seeing right now is where this part of the shoe either is too high. Hold on. Because I don't want that much of that showing. Let me cut that off. That means I'm going to have to reapply. And I'm fine with that because I don't like the way that look. Cut down. Okay. So let me put the glue back in here. Get that back. Put back together. And now I got to take this and slide it down a little bit. I hope I didn't mess this up. Okay, I didn't. So, reapply some more glue. I'm just going to hold it down. I might have to make more holes. I don't know yet. I can still see them. Remove the glue, the extra glue. And just hold it there for a little bit. Okay? Okay, so come on this side and do the exact same thing. Except I don't think this side's going to give me trouble at all. Push that down. And do the same thing. Just hold it in place for a little bit. Bring the tongue up while that's still in place on both of them. Just bring it all the way up. The tongue is still a little higher. Still a little bit too high. So I'll try to see if I can cut it down some more. I gotta cut it enough. Obviously I didn't. And you can resize your tongue on your shoe however you like. I just don't want mine to be too high up. All right. I'm gonna take this little piece right here. Stretch it a little bit. And I'm gonna use it to cover up the top of this tongue. Okay. Pull it a little bit. I'm gonna stick it down in there like that. Bring it on over. I'm gonna get it in place. Burning myself in the process. cut this off right here. So I'm bringing this tongue all the way out so I can get this trim on here. And cut that little edge off. There we go. There we go, there we go, there we go. Now we can bring it back down a little bit because it still has to be out the way of where I want to put my shoestrings. Okay. Now, whew, we're almost there, y'all. We're almost there. So now, did I just use the piece I wanted to use? It looked like I did. Oh, my goodness, girl. All right, I'm going to cut a piece of this. For this trim. Okay. Just stretching it like I do all of them. Okay. Kind of like that. And all I'm doing now is going to take this after I make sure that there's no extra cleanup. And there is just a little bit. And if I want to come out, that's fine. So I gotta go up this side first, meaning it's still too big. So I'm gonna put some glue here, right? Just like that. All right, y'all. Got the shoestrings. So what I do first is I try to run it through the front one. Bring it through. Do the other side. Bring it through. And turn it the way you want it to turn while you're doing this. Because you know how shoestrings are. Okay? And then I take the rest and I'll just loop it in all of them. And keep it going till I get to the top. Like we would do our regular shoes. And see how strong it is though? Does a very good job of staying together once you get it where it needs to be. Okay, these are a little bit shorter than my other ones, I see. Must have picked up the wrong ones. It's alright though. I'll take it and I stick it down in the chute anyway. Once I've got it the way I want it. So this here is pulling in fine. This side over here needs to be glued in so that the shoestrings can pull it in a little tighter as well. So I'm going to hold that for a second. And at the same time, I'm going to try to pull his tongue back up a little bit. Kind of like that. I need it to be up because we have gifts to put in this thing, right? So that's how I'm pulling it up just like that. Okay. That's how I'm pulling it up. Just like that. And this is pretty much a shoe. You could put dad on it if you want to. Like I did the other one. I'm not going to put it on this one, I don't think. Right now, I'm just trying to get this part right here to go stay down. That was when it was trying to buckle on me. There we go. And every time I go around the shoe, I find more stuff I want to cut off. Okay. And there we have it. And this one here just does not have dad on it. Like the other one did. But we can definitely put it on there if need be. So I think I want them all to have dad. All right, y'all. This is it. This is the one that we just worked on. It doesn't have dad on this particular one. As you can see, I did not put it on that one. But it is on this one. And again, these will be available for pre-order on the website. Okay. If you're interested in getting you a shoe box. Literally a shoe box. Get it? Anyway. As always, I appreciate you watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Bye for now.